Love. That's a funny old thing, isn't it? Love. I love bangers and mash. I love cream cakes. I love my wife, and she's dead. People love all sorts of things. And yet, it can be very profound. You love a soulmate. You love Jesus. Buddha. Anything. It's very broad scope to the word love. So, I'm not really happy about using that word to describe what I'm trying to tell you now. So, a lot of people say, well, when will I find love? And it can't be lost. Love is everywhere. Love is all around. There's a song in that about how it's filled with love. The world is filled with love. Love is a force. Love is a fundamental force in the universe. Now it's the only force in the universe. So we talked about consciousness, didn't we? We said that consciousness was the fundamental substance of the universe. Everything in the universe was consciousness. And I know people found that a little bit difficult to understand. What are you talking about, Keith? Well, okay, so if it makes it easier for you, let's look at this fundamental consciousness. And I don't just mean, oh, I'm awake, or I'm thinking this. The fundamental consciousness, let's think of that as the mind of God. All right? The mind of God. It's crude, but it'll do. It'll get you there. Okay? So now that's what we've got. We've got the universe made of consciousness. Where do we go from there? What does the universe do? Does it do anything? Was it made and that's it? Did God create the universe out of his mind, out of consciousness, and say, right, that's it, good. That's all right. Let's go home for tea. Well, people don't feel that. People feel that it's the universe is still working, it's still progressing towards some mysterious, unknowable purpose. And some people believe that it's interactive. We can talk to God, albeit through his intermediaries, the spirits, religious personages. So how's that going to happen? Come on. If it's going to work, if something is to happen, then there has to be a mechanism for that to happen. There has to be a force, a fundamental force in the universe. Now, I call that fundamental force love. Love is a force, the power of love. We've heard that, haven't we? So, we can use that force for ourselves. We can certainly sense that force. We can be filled with that force. And, it's, if you're a fan of Spinoza, and let's face it, why would you not be a fan of Spinoza, the most hated philosopher on the planet? Well, you can see that towards a sort of amount of proof towards Spinoza's tenets, that we puny humans, must have a way to use this force, we must be able to sort of contact and make use of this fundamental force, the same as we can on our puny little ways make use of this fundamental substance consciousness. We use it in terms of empathy. Let's look at that empathy. When we empathize with something, we're doing more than just connecting with it. We're connecting with this universal force of love. Because when we empathize, we're no longer separate from it. We become joined with it. That is love. To be joined, to be working with that and saying, okay, I feel differently now. When, somebody is not really acting the way you would like them to act, what do? It's like, oh, go away. I don't want to know you anymore. Do you punch them in the face? What do? Well, the best thing to do is to try and figure out where they're coming from. Well, what is it that's making you say these things or do these things? And what you're doing then is you're empathizing with this person. And once you can do that, you start to actually love them. So you're taking an enemy and you're loving them. I think this has been said in some religious texts too. Hey, who'd thought it? But that power, that force in the universe, this ultimate love, that's something that can't be used badly. The reverse has happened with nuclear weapons, and yet nuclear power can be used for good. Seems to me that what we invent can always be used for bad. Look at the internet. That is brilliant, but it's also very bad. The thing with using empathy, using the love of the universe, this powerful force that's all around us, it can't be used for bad. It can only be used for good. So now we've got a mechanism for how the universe works. It works with love. And that love we can jump into. We can absorb ourselves into it. We can see it around us. We can feel it. We can sense it. And we do that through empathy. And that is why my brother and I started a new project. And we called it Out of Empathy. Not that we've run out of empathy, but out of empathy comes something else. So our empathy is a route into that universal love. So, Out of Empathy, outofempathy.com, check it out. It's good. It's good. Hope you find it useful. So love, universal love, a force that is throughout the universe. It's a force that's available to all of us. And so we can never ever be in a state of saying, when am I going to find love? You're always in love. It's there all the time. And you just got to feel it, not find it, feel it. Allow it to be. Then we're okay. Not only are you okay, But that fella down the road that used to annoy you, now you understand him. Now you can use that power of love to create a much better relationship with them. So this power of love is not only working in our lives for our benefit, it's working for the benefit of the whole world. So you got to imagine that, well, when people say, oh, is there a purpose to the universe? Well, yes, there is a purpose to the universe. But if it's a purpose, then it's got to have a mechanism to fulfill that purpose. Same as us, same as puny humans. So people say, well, what is my purpose in life? I'm trying to fulfill my purpose. Unfortunately, I don't know what that is. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's quite simple. All you've got to do is live an interesting, love-filled life. Because if you're doing that, you're interacting. And that is what we need, is to be able to interact with the world. Why else would we be here? Only to interact with it. So that's to live an interesting and then a love-filled life. Allow that love to shine through you, because it's there. It's in every one of us, and it's all around us. Live an interesting, love-filled life, my friends. I love it.